We've all heard how mindset is essential to making changes in your life. But sometimes it's just a different structure that can create a shift you desire. And I wanted to share how I recently lost 3 to 5 pounds without even trying. And honestly, the only way it ever really happens for me is not when I'm obsessing or thinking about how to do it, but just when I'm living in a way that aligns with what I value. In fact, when I work with clients in developing goals, or I call them desired outcomes, we definitely look at the beliefs they have, their mindset, and how they want to feel. But a part of that is also what inspired actions they can take. And those actions need to be supported by the right structure. So I want to share how I lost my 3 to 5 pounds. So if you know me, you know I often talk about the Mediterranean diet and lifestyle and how that is so important for longevity. We've heard this through different studies. And my family's from Sicily. In fact, my nonno, my dad's dad, used to make and sell olive oil, which we've all heard is good for heart health. And this bottle, or can I should say, is from my mom's village, and it's actually famous now because the founder of Starbucks is putting it in his coffee, and they were selling it there for a while. So naturally, I've always drizzled olive oil on everything instead of salad dressings or rich sauces. But recently, a friend of mine bought me this olive oil spray, and it's this bottle that has been really helpful for me because I started using it, and it turns out that my drizzle, perhaps back in the day, was a little heavy-handed. Even something as healthy as olive oil can go a little overboard when you're pouring it with love like a Sicilian nonna. So, as we all know, even a good thing, when it's overdone, can work against us. But with a tiny shift in structure, like I said, where I'm using the spray bottle, the same nourishing habit became even more supportive for me. And here's why I'm sharing this, because this kind of shift applies to so much more than food. So let's say you're looking for a new job and you know that connecting on LinkedIn feels more aligned than sending out cold resumes or going to networking events. So instead of saying, I should do X, Y, and Z, you decide, I will spend 10 minutes a day on LinkedIn just making genuine connections. Now, you've got a structure that's aligned with who you are. It's simple, and it most likely will work. If you start hearing some resistance pop up, just tell that protective voice, don't worry, this isn't forever.